Okay, don't hit skip before we start today's podcast. I'm really excited. This is a personal, exciting thing for me. I wanted to quickly let you guys know about my upcoming Off the Vine tour called Pour Decisions, P-O-U-R, wine will be drank. I'm back on the road for the first leg of our tour. I'm coming through the good old Midwest. For the second half, I'll be headed to the Southeast. So I'm going Columbus, Cleveland, Ohio, Atlanta, Madison, Des Moines, Kansas City, Columbia, Missouri, Tampa, Orlando, Nashville. I'm coming to all you beautiful people. These podcast tours are always a highlight of my year because there's just no other way to put it than it's just pretty damn fun. I get to hang out with you in person. It's just the energy is electric. It's just insane. Like leaving those live podcasts, I'm like, whoa, that felt like an empowerment session. I feel elevated. The vibrations, don't get me started on how high those are. So check out my website, KaitlynBristowe.com, to buy tickets for those who join me. I can guarantee a little dancing, a lot of laughing, wine, lots of wine. Even if you're pregnant. I've had pregnant, sober people come to my show and say it was still fun. They bring their boyfriends, their husbands, and I even see them smiling at the end of it. So let's toast to that. I'll see you on tour.
I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now starting.
Welcome to the... Okay. Is this recording? Every time. That's going to be like the new way I start my recordings now is by saying, is this recording? I believe it is, but this is a new office, but I don't feel like it's soundproofed very well yet. So I also am not sure if it's spider-proofed yet or bird-proofed yet. I don't know if being bird-proofed is a thing in a house, but if it is, I would like to know and I would like it ASAP. But did you guys see on my Instagram story the size of this spider? Okay. What the hell is that? Spider experts out there? I didn't even really think I had a fear of spiders until I saw that thing crawling and jumping. No, it didn't jump. It just fell. But it felt like it was jumping into my face because I'm dramatic. I didn't know what to do. I panicked. I don't feel good about killing stuff like that, but it could kill me. I think it was I think it was a brown recluse, and that thing has venom. And so I killed it with my bare hands. Anyways, it was terrifying because I was like, what if one just crawls into my mouth at night and I don't wake up? So dramatic. Okay, so that happens. Then I'm all freaked out. I go through my whole house with the flashlight around my house looking for any sign of a spider. Ooh, like anything, just that something just... It was my slipper. My slipper just touched my foot and I freak out. Anyways, then my assistant sends me a video of birds congregating on my front lawn. I'm talking just hanging out like it's their new hangout. Oh, hell no. Just a bunch of birds. Okay? No. I'd rather spiders all day long than these suckers in my yard. They're just swarming my yard. And then she goes, did you check your security camera? And I look and it looks like it's a man. I can hear the flapping. I can't even really watch that. It's too hard for me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do you know that my doors open to my backyard? The whole thing just opens. If I was sitting there with my dogs, I'd have those suckers open and that bird would have flown right in my house. I can't even handle it on a camera. I'm never opening. My poor dogs. It's their favorite part of my house is running in outside all the time. Now, absolutely not, sir. The hundreds of birds in my yard with that stupid idiot in my backyard and the spiders that are getting in here. God, I want to burn this. It's been a great run, new house. 2 months was a really, really nice time, but get... So anyways, it's been a day. Let's spin zone it though. It's been a great day. I woke up this morning. By this morning, I mean noon because I am so jet lagged from being in Hawaii. I was reading something from Victoria Garrick and she had said how I wanted to approach my day and it was, oh my gosh, I don't want to do today. I have so much going on. Everything's back to back. I'm tired. I don't have time for anything, blah, blah, blah. Reframed her thought process to, ooh, today's going to be so much easier than I think it's going to be. It's doing all the things I've wanted to do my whole life. You know, we know how reframing the brain. And so I had that moment this morning. I woke up and I was like, I don't want to wake up and work out. And I have such a busy back-to-back day and there's so much catching up on and my throat hurts. I was doing that whole pity party and I thought of Victoria and I went, Kaitlyn, you were just in Hawaii. Of course you're tired. You just had one of the best weeks full of happiness. You're coming down from that. We all know about the post-vacation blues. And I was on such a high V, and not that I'm coming down to a low V. It's just that I'm coming down from a vacation, from a place that is magical to me, a place that is my happy place, Hawaii. And I have to give myself a little bit of time to regroup, recharge the batteries. It's a 4-hour time change, drinking wine every day. But it was such a beautiful wedding I was just at in Hawaii. And I told this story on Instagram, but I'm going to quickly tell it again in a quicker time. I was in Miami with Kat about 3 years ago when we were on the rooftop, and I was taken, and I am a loyal bitch. So I was on the rooftop and these guys sat next to us. Kat, also a loyal bitch, but much nicer than me. And these guys sat down next to us and I was like, here we go. Miami douchers sit next to us, gonna try and hit on us at the rooftop. There's all these spots open and they sit by us. I'm humbled now to admit that they were not hitting on us. We actually took their spot on the rooftop that they enjoy having. So they took the next best thing. They were so kind and they were from New York and did not hit on us at all. And we ended up having a really lovely conversation with them. So Rachel, one of my best friends who lives in New York, was there with one of her best friends who lives in New York, Claire. Rachel always tries to beg me to go to Miami, and I'm always like, nah. But Kat asked me, and I was like, okay, let's go. Let's just go for the weekend. It was before Kat was, or maybe she was trying to get pregnant. And so we went. And then Rachel was like, are you in Miami? I'm like, yeah. She's like, Claire and I are in Miami. And Claire is also my friend who I met through Rachel from Canada, but lives in New York. And she said, where are you staying? I was like, the one hotel. And she was like, so are we. I was like, what are the chances? I said, come to the rooftop. We're talking to these guys who are next to us. They're very nice. You two are both single. Maybe you could mingle. They're like, absolutely not. Claire, my girlfriend, was like, no, I'm on a mission to find myself a spicy daddy in Miami. My medium told me he was going to be older than me with a daughter. We've already planned on this trip, how I'm going to deal with having this new daughter in my life. I was like, yeah, these guys are younger. So they come, we all start chatting, whatever. They're like, do you want to go have a drink before you guys go to dinner? Claire and Ray go to their hotel room in their robes. They have joint hotel rooms, literally side by side. And anyways, Claire and Steven start talking. And then we meet up with them at the pool again. And there was a torrential downpour, like a tropical storm. Steven and Claire were like, let's go jump in the ocean. We were all like, you're crazy. And we saw them flirting and they really hit it off. And he sent drinks to our table when he found out where we went for dinner that night, sent drinks to the table. Anyways, those two just got married in Hawaii. So you guys, I'm 2 for 2. Blair, the Blairette, Claire, the Clairette. I just came up with that now. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. What am I doing? I should be doing this for a whole job. Which brings me to my next point. I'm going on tour for Off the Vine. Do you have single guy friends? I'm sure there are single ladies that are listening right now. Let's bring our single guy friends to the podcast tour and I will do some matchmaking. And I'll be able to tell you right away. I'll be like, yes, no, maybe hook up a couple times, but no long term. I feel like I've got it. I feel like I've got to tap into that intuition of mine and use it for matchmaking. I seriously think I should. What's the worst? There's a lot of bad things that could happen, but I believe in myself. Everyone thinks like, who am I going to bring to the Off the Vine tour, or who can I get to come with me? Bring your single guy friends. We will match them with really cute girls. I think that's a great idea. Ended up running into Jillian Harris in Maui. Like one of my favorite humans of all time. Happened to run into her in Maui. Got to hang out with her and the kids. It was so fun. And I just had some really beautiful moments there because the girls that I went with from Vancouver, they're girls who I've been friends with for almost 20 years. One was my old roommate. I got to hang out with her daughter, Scotty, the whole time. She has 2 other daughters, but her and her oldest, Scotty, came to Hawaii. And ever since I met Shayna, we've talked about going to Hawaii together. 19 years later, we made it happen. It's just such a beautiful friendship that we've gone on so many trips, but like, I just am so lucky to have the group of girls that I have in my life that have been around for so long and who just still keep me humble and love me for me. And I'm just so lucky for that. So Hawaii was amazing, but the come down is rough, y'all. Jet lag, man. You'd think I'd be used to that by now. I'm not. I want to know if you guys have been to Hawaii. Which island have you been to? Am I crazy for thinking it's magical? Even at the wedding, we went to this property that Claire's family owns. And it was so nice because they taught us about the history of the land, the kinds of trees that were there, how long ago they were planted, the family history. It was just so cool because I feel like Hawaii is so, not historic, but sacred. Hawaii is so sacred. So to learn about the land you're on, talk about high vibrations. I feel like everyone operates at a higher frequency on that island. God bless. I just feel like it's one of those places where I go, I unwind, I feel spiritual, I feel like I get focused on what's important. And then I get on that plane and I get home and I go, I have so much work to catch up on. And I'm just like, nope, okay, get back. Rewind, get back on that vibration. You guys are going to, by the end of this year, I swear you're going to be like, if you say vibration one more time. But on that plane ride home, I was like, I'm going to get home. I'm going to be so positive. I'm just going to like remember that feeling. And if I can't remember it, I'm just going to smell that Bahama Mama sunscreen and I'm going to go right back. I land. And thank God I noticed this before I get to my house. But I'm like, wait, I don't have my car keys. My house keys are on my car keys. I don't have a padlock to get into my house. I need a key. It's 4 a.m. My assistant is not awake. And so I was so tired. I was like, I don't care if it is the motel, hotel, Holiday Inn, Super 8 with a water slide. I don't care. I'm going to the nearest bed possible. So I just looked it up. La Quinta, heard about it on The Bachelor one time and said, does it have a king size bed? No? Okay, I'll take it. Got myself a double for, I think it was like $98 for the night. And I really humbled myself and slept in the La Quinta. It was not glamorous. And I had a bean burrito and went to bed. One of those ones where you roll up to the front and you're like, oh, do people really eat what's in that little cupboard right there? Bean and cheese burrito. That's what I had at 4:30 in the morning after Hawaii in the La Quinta motel. And I slept until 2. And I woke up and I said, you know what? Some people don't have a bed to sleep in. And that is what you call high V's. Okay, you guys, say hello to your real life makeup filter in a bottle. CoverGirl's Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. Now, this product is a skincare makeup hybrid made with a plant-based retinol alternative, which means that reduces the appearance of wrinkles and increases skin's firmness. And it's 71% water, which gives your skin an instant burst of moisture upon application, and your complexion will be looking dewy, glowy, more youthful. I personally love, the refreshing feeling that your skin has after skincare. I like crave that feeling. So to have makeup that does that and give you that radiant bare skin filter effect, and it keeps your skin hydrated for over 24 hours. I feel like a model. Even on such busy days too, like last week, I traveled to Rhode Island and then I filmed a podcast and then we even went out to dinner. And when I came back to my hotel, I was like, okay, CoverGirl. My skin was still hydrated by the end of the night. So you can get Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence from, say it with me now, Easy Breezy Beautiful CoverGirl. I just am convinced I'm always being tested. And some of you might think of that and be like, are you, Kaitlyn? Because I think a lot of times from the outside, a lot of people on Instagram, their life looks glamorous. But I do feel like I'm tested in ways that I need to be challenged on. And so I'm just constantly taking deep breaths. I'm constantly thinking about how grateful I am, how lucky I am, try and be present, how to think of like, this could be much worse. Therapy has helped me so much with that. But in this instance, it was just a great reminder of something that I've really started implementing in my life. And say it with me now, you guys. And that is high vibrations. I swear, I'm going to drill it into your brains. You are going to be sick of me saying like high frequency, high vibrations, but you're really going to start to notice what is high vibration and what is a low vibration and where you want to be. And I swear, just having that, like, when you watch a movie so many times and you can quote it and you can say, you are going to constantly think when you're being challenged or put in a tough position, you're going to go, WWKBD. What would Kaitlyn Bristowe do? She would think about how to put this on a high vibrational way of thinking, and we're going to go there. So what does high vibration mean? What does living in a high vibrational, higher frequency really mean? So the higher frequency of your energy or your vibration, because we are energy and we do vibrate at a certain level. So the lighter you feel physically, if you're thinking on that higher vibration, the lighter you feel in your physical and emotional self, your mental bodies, you just experience a greater personal power. I feel truly empowered when I think this way. I feel clarity, more peace, more joy, more love, more self-compassion. And a lot of times I feel more compassion for other people that I would usually feel angry at, which is a really big one for me. I just feel like my emotions are more easily dealt with while I think about living up here and not so much down here. And I'm a really visual person, so I like to almost picture myself. I don't mean this to be in a narcissistic way, but like above everybody, looking down and being like, I don't want to live down there. I don't want to do the things that don't make me feel good. I want to live up here. And maybe it doesn't mean I get more likes on this photo. Maybe it doesn't mean this person responds back to my text. Maybe it doesn't, but it means that I am okay with it. And I am going to look at it from a different lens of that was not meant for me. If not this, something greater. If not this, this was not meant to be. What will be meant for me will make me happy. I'm not even high right now. A little jet lag, but that's about it. And I know this sounds so much easier said than done. And I know that because I live in it every day. This morning, for example, like maybe I can get out of it quicker, but I still have those negative thoughts. And I just have to think, ooh, that's low vibrational Kaitlyn. We don't like her anymore. No, we still like her. We have compassion for her, but we don't want to be her anymore. So just trying to make some positive changes. Well, without the like toxic positivity, like everything's great all the time. Happy, go lucky, joy. No, you can still have real moments and low moments, but you recognize them and you have perspective and you just change your thought. I just think, and I've said this before, of what happens when we get a bunch of high vibrational people in one room, the vinos. What happens when we get a group of these people in one room is truly magical. You have to have experienced it to know it. If you have ever been to a live Off the Vine show in your career of podcast listening, you know the magic that happens in that room. I feel like I'm on another realm. Like I feel like I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. The energy is so high. We bond even though there's a group of us, but it's a smaller group. And I just love meeting you guys on that level. I just feel like the most alive when I'm up on stage in a group of people that I really trust and feel like are my family, which is you. And this tour is really cool because we're going to places that we haven't been before. So, we're not hitting up the LAs and the New Yorks. We're going to Wisconsin and we're going to Iowa and Missouri. And I just feel like I love going to places I haven't been. And I feel like all those people are kind of honorary Canadians. I don't know why. What is it about the Midwest? What is it about the Midwest and you people and how amazing you are? Nothing against my other vinos. I'm just saying there's just something unique about the Midwest people and you all know it. Even if you're not from there, you know it. I think the thing I'm most excited for on tour is just reconnecting. It's been so many years. And like I said, there's just something so special about these tours to me. Oh, not me getting all choked up. You guys mean so much to me. And when I meet you in person, I'm like, I've really built the right audience. I just really love you all so much, and meeting you makes me go, wow, okay, I've done something right in my life. I'm not going to name too many guests yet because we're still figuring some of them out, but the guests are going to be great. I've got a lot of really fun stuff planned. And I was talking about, who was I telling this today? Brandy Cyrus. Somebody said to me online, hey, Kaitlyn, it kind of sounds like you're making this tour like a tell-all, like this is your truth and you're going to bash other people. And I was like, oh, no. That is not what this is about at all. This is going to be like my most proud tour yet, where I can still say my truth and do a tell-all on my side, but it's not from a negative, angry place. And I think I'm really excited about that. Okay, so a lot to look forward to with the tour, but before that, I'm also going to be doing a little bottle signing down in Tampa. I'll be there, Clearwater and Tampa on Saturday, March 9th, and Lutz and Riverview. I hope I'm saying that right. It could be Lutz, but Lutz and Riverview on Sunday, March 10th. I just feel like it's going to be really fun. I always love going to bottle signing events because I get to obviously say hi to you guys, sign some bottles, take some selfies, share some inside stories, share a joke. But one lucky winner, we're going to pick a golden ticket. You know how sometimes I go and write out little notes on bottles and I'll tape a $20 bill to it and it's like the golden ticket, Willy Wonka. And I'm going to be doing that. Somebody's going to get the golden ticket and one lucky winner is going to be joining me for happy hour. We're going to have drinks if you're sober or not drinking, soda water, a fun mocktail, whatever it is that you want. But one lucky winner will be joining me for happy hour right after the bottle signing. And that person is in for it because when I get you one-on-one, there is no telling. Well, I'm such a safe place, which I should really learn my lesson because sometimes I'm just like, but I'm excited. One lucky winner. Well, I'm excited to meet all of you, but I think that's going to be a really fun thing to do. One golden ticket winner will go have drinks, maybe a bite to eat, and hang out. But I am looking really forward to this because after that hardcore cleanse I did, which I want to talk about, I did a 5-day cleanse. I wanted it to be more of a reset. The word cleanse really triggers me because I used to think of cleanses as like, oh, I can lose weight and just drink juice all day and starve myself. Like that is not a healthy relationship with food. It's not nutritional. And so cleanses always triggered my brain on that. But this cleanse, it's called Chroma, Kroma. They're not paying me to say this. And I said this on Instagram, but if they want to do a brand deal, please holla at your girl because I do this one. It's meant to actually give you the proper nutrients and vitamins to reset. So it's lots of bone broths. It's lots of power protein smoothies. I hate the word porridge. It kills me to say it, but protein porridge. You know, you just have like a list of words you don't like icks, porridge. And you can add protein because I was still able to work out. I still had energy to lift weights, to go to a berries boot camp class. It's nice because it's only 5 days, resets my system. I'm getting proper nutrients. I'm still fueling my body. I still have energy. And I'm actually so full by the end of the day. So I'm not trying to sell you on a cleanse. I'm just telling you about my experience. And it really made me feel good on day 2. The caffeine headache, they still give you a matcha. So it gives you some of the caffeine, but I had a caffeine headache. I felt so tired. And what did I do after that? I went to Hawaii and partied my tits off for the week. And then during that, you know what I did to myself? I did a cleanse. And in that same time, I was like, well, I have 5 days of downtime. Might as well laser my face off. So I got the Helix laser. Okay. Now I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't know how. That is for Elizabeth over at Indie Skincare. Elizabeth does my Botox filler. She did this laser treatment for my face. So I do recommend it. A lot of people say to me, you know, like, stop doing stuff to your face. But this is skincare to me. It wasn't changing my face. It was just smoothing, resurfacing, tightening, getting rid of some fine lines. And it was some crazy downtime. But I would say like 6 days max of really bad downtime. But it just kind of brings out the pigment and kind of like falls away. But I am not the best person to describe it. So if you guys have questions on it, it's called the Helix laser, and you can go to IndieRx on Instagram and Elizabeth can answer a lot of your questions. She does Q&As all the time. There's just something about skincare. I was just on Victoria Garrick's podcast where we kind of opened up about Botox and trying to have that healthy relationship with it, not going too far. And I mean, that I said, you know, you can really get into the nitty gritty of it. And if you're like, no, I'm against Botox, that's totally fine. But then you're like, okay, but are you still coloring your hair? You're putting chemicals on your head. Are you, you know, you can just really get lost in the, well, then it's really changing the way you look. Well, so is getting a spray tan. So is whitening your teeth. So is getting Invisalign. So I have to watch my relationship with a lot of these things because as I've been open with all of you before, I'm very hyper-focused on looks and appearance. And I need to be careful of, you know, how I approach situations like that. Okay, if you're like me and you love immersing yourself in new cultures during your travels, then you know the magic of connecting with locals in their own language. And that's where Rosetta Stone comes in. Now, for over 30 years, Rosetta Stone has been the go-to language learning programs for millions worldwide. With a choice of 25 languages in both desktop and app options, Rosetta Stone offers a truly immersive experience designed for long-term language retention. And the best part, right now, Off the Vine listeners, you can enjoy an exclusive 50% off Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership. You heard me right, unlimited access to all 25 language courses for life. Visit rosettastone.com/vine. That's 50% off unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Okay, redeem your 50% off at rosettastone.com/vine today. You know, let's keep the high vibes going, you know, with a little gratitude. As you know, I love ending solo dolo podcasts with some gratitude. So today, what am I grateful for today? I'm really grateful for this headshot. It's just sitting right here. Like, what? This guy, The Collective You, he's from Vancouver, and I actually met him like 8 years ago when I came off the show. He did portraits at the event I was doing, and then he blew up. And he did Justin Bieber's wedding. He does the Kardashian parties all the time. He just did Usher from the Super Bowl. And he was the photographer at this wedding. And so everyone was doing their cute little couple photos. And I was like, I'm going to take this opportunity to get a badass headshot. Speaking of unhealthy relationship with looks, look how perfect I am. Just kidding. But I am really proud of that photo. Anyways, grateful. I'm grateful for that photo. I am grateful for being able to travel and do what I love to do, even from the road. I'm grateful I get to be able to unwind and then fully wind up again when I get back. I'm really grateful that I have this healthy relationship around therapy and self-love and working on myself. And I'm really grateful for the people I have in my corner and for the people around me because I do not know what I would do without, my assistant, the people who work for the podcast, the people that work with Spade and Sparrows, my truest best friends, my family. I'm just so lucky. I'm so grateful for them all the time. Sometimes I feel like I'm very confusing with what I say and with healing and with my journey of where I want to be emotionally, mentally, physically. I feel like I get confused, but I saw somebody say, like healing obviously isn't linear. Healing obviously comes with good and bad days. But if I think about myself 5 years ago to today, I'm on the right path, which makes me happy. And then And then I saw this video, and I'm going to play it for you guys so you can hear it. And I've never related to something so hard in my whole life, but I think about this video every day and I watch it every day, and I want you to hear it too and be able to rewind. And I'll tag them. I'll post it on my Off the Vine page so that you guys can go back and listen to it as often as I do.
I don't want to grow old, but I don't want to not grow old. I grieve the ages I used to be all the time, but I'm so scared of all the ages I will be after this one. How can I feel so strongly about both? I mourn the loss of decades that have passed and try and erase the proof that time has paid me a visit with hair dye and eye cream, but laughter keeps making lines on my face that don't go away. I don't want to grow old, but I don't want to stop now. I want all of the days I can possibly get, but I still spend so much time wishing today was yesterday, and the thought of moving on scares me to death. Time is frozen for some of the people I love. They have a million yesterdays and no tomorrows. They won't grow old, and I am not envious of them for that. Do I sit here with the audacity to say that I hate getting older? If given the option to pause time now and be this age forever, I wouldn't want it because I don't want to stay behind while everyone I love continues on. I don't want my friends to celebrate birthdays without me. I can't stand the thought of my partner growing old with someone else. The thought of living forever is exhausting. I don't want that much time. But the thought of a life too short fills me with just as much dismay. I hate seeing my parents get older, but I'm so blessed to be able to watch my parents get older. I hate watching my dog slowly mellowing, but I don't wish his presence in my life to be for any less time than it has been so far. And this constant opposition is exhausting because of course I want to keep living, but I don't want to say goodbye to the life I've already lived and the ages I've already been. And you can't have both.
You can't have both. No, not me ending on crying. She really gets me when she says the dogs. Parents aging and dogs aging. Get it together, Kaitlyn. Parents aging and dogs aging. And like, if you are lucky enough to have those things, I'm so scared of death. And I think it's because like I lost one of my best friends when I was 18 in like the most traumatic, tragic car accident. And so losing someone I think has even caused me to push people away in the past. Sorry, I didn't mean for that. I didn't mean for this to get that deep, but that video just like is such a nice reminder. And even though it makes me cry almost every single time I listen to it, it's such a beautiful thought and it's so well articulated. And let me give you guys her name. Josie Balka. I don't know if that's how you say it, but Josie, JosieBalka, Balka. Josie Balka. I would love to have her on the podcast and just like talk to me in poetry. Oh, life is so crazy. It's just so full of ups and downs and so many different thoughts. And one morning I can wake up and have the most anxiety and feel depressed. And by the end of the day, I've got through everything I needed to and have just a like whole nother outlook on the day. And it's just so confusing, but so beautiful at the same time. Okay, well, we'll leave you with that. I love you guys. Thank you for being part of this community, and I hope to see you all on tour. If you need to look where tickets are, what city I'm coming to, the link is in my bio on my Instagram page, and I'm just so grateful for you. I'd love to hear in the comments what you're grateful for. Okay, cheers.
I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now ending. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't mind a rating and review.